Hello everyone, welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga for this slow, full body practice. We'll move through somatic movements and gentle yin stretches to unwind the body and calm the nervous system. To begin, come into Seiza, finding a comfortable seat on your heels with your spine upright and your shoulders relaxed. Feel free to sit on a block if that's more comfortable. Take a deep breath in and let it go, softening into the floor through the front of your shins, the tops of your feet. And another deep breath, relaxing the shoulders down as you rise up through the crown of your head. Allow your eyes to open and we'll come into some gentle neck rolls. Let's start by widening our base, taking the knees into a wider position like a triangle, and rest your chin towards your chest and roll the head in a clockwise direction. Nice and slow. As it comes around, just keep going 2 more times in this direction. Feeling all the muscles around the neck. Letting the weight of the head create the stretch. When you come forward again, change the direction counterclockwise 3 times, nice and slow. Shoulders relaxed, neck muscles relaxed. Throat and jaw relaxed. And let's do this one more time, one last circle. And as your head comes forward again, chin toward the chest, just roll the head right back up on top of your spine. Moving right into some slow seated cat and cows. Let's take the hands to the upper thigh crease and lift the heart, take a back bend. And exhale, round the spine back as you reach your hands forward, hands to the knees. Inhale, pull the hands back to the upper thigh, lift your chest back, bending. And exhale, round the spine, arms forward, chin toward chest. Inhale forward again as you press down through the thighs, lifting the heart. Exhale, rounding back, reaching hands forward toward the knees. Release, and we'll add on to this now. Take the hands to clasp behind the back and open the chest, lift the gaze, find your back bend here. Exhale and round as your arms come back around to the front and give yourself a big hug, hands to the back of your shoulders. Opening it out and take the hands behind the back, find your back bend again, straighten the arms, open the chest. Release, exhale the arms around to the front, hugging, rounding, chin toward chest. Beautiful. Now we'll add on to this, arms behind the back, clasping, open the chest as you've done. This time as the arms come forward, eagle arms with the right arm on top of the left, left arm under the right. Binding the arms, maybe bringing the palms together as you come into a back bend, lifting the heart, elbows up and back, gaze lifts. And exhale, rounding, bring your elbows toward your belly. Inhale up again to the back bend. Exhale, slowly round forward again. One last time, inhale, lift up, gaze up. Exhale and round. As you come back to a neutral spine, begin to circle your elbows in small circles clockwise, 3 or 4 times. Now we release the arms, take them behind the back, clasp the hands behind the back, open the chest, lift the gaze, find your back bend once again. And exhale, arms in front, this time left arm over the right, right arm under the left. Find your eagle back bend, lifting elbows up and back, lift your gaze. And exhale, round the spine, chin toward chest, elbows toward belly. Inhale, lift up and back. Exhale, round forward. Inhale up and back, last time. Exhale forward, last time here. And now to a neutral spine, finding counterclockwise circles with the arms, about 3 times nice and slow. Release the arms back to center, release the hands down now. Let's take some easy shoulder rolls, forward, up, back and down, forward, up, back and down. Roll it out one more time, and then change directions, back and up, forward, down. 2 more times like this, getting underneath the shoulder blades. Good, release the shoulders down now. And take the hands to the floor, walk them forward to come to hands and knees. Find a hips width distance between your knees and hands under your shoulders. And we'll begin to roll the ribs now in a big circle, about 3 times nice and slow. Feeling the spine, the ribs, moving with your breath. And the next time around, change the direction of these circles, nice and slow. About 3 big circles, feeling into all the muscles of the ribs. And slowly, last circle brings you back to center. And take it into puppy pose, arms out in front, melting the heart down. Stretching through the armpits, hips above knees, forehead on the ground, or forehead on a block if you prefer. After warming up through shoulders, neck, and spine, let's settle into this more static, passive stretch, letting the spine melt into the body. Breathing into the front of the ribs, the chest, and the armpits. As you exhale, soften down through the arms and shoulders. Take another deep breath. And let it go as you exhale. Come back up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under and begin to push your hips back into a child's pose as we stretch into the soles of the feet, savoring this foot stretch as you push back, actively using the arms, and begin to let the knees come off the ground. With a deeper foot stretch now, let's walk it back toward a squat, knees widening out. Bring your weight back over your feet, but keep your chest and head rounded forward, arms reach forward. Feel this stretch into the back of your hips and your lower back. And now lift the hips up to come into a dangle, feet hips width. Knees might be straight or a little bit bent. Hold opposite elbows. Let the weight of the head release. Let the spine release and gently rock side to side. Feel the spine slowly decompressing. Release the arms now to come into your halfway lift. Hands to the shins, lengthen the spine, gaze forward. Come back down, relax your head, chin toward chest. Again, halfway up. Inhale. Exhale, back down. Let's make our way back down through the squat, lowering the hips down toward the heels. And slowly walk forward to return to hands and knees. From here, begin to come all the way down onto your belly, propping up on your elbows for Sphinx. Elbows under the shoulders, head on top of the spine, legs comfortably separated, feeling into your lower back, softening through the front of your hips, breathing into your low belly as it contacts the earth. And with your exhales, feel your spine softening into this back bend. We're going to add on now by lifting the left foot up into the air and start to circle in a clockwise direction about 3 times. Good, and then circle about 3 times the other way. Bring the foot to still, keep it upright, and turn the right forearm so it's in line with your mat as you reach back with your left hand and hold the foot. Stretching into the quads on the left side and the hip flexors. Maybe bending the elbow to draw the foot in more deeply, maybe even turning the hand to push down on the foot depending on what feels good with your range of motion. And you might prefer to use a strap if that's more comfortable. Lift up through the crown of the head. Open the front of the left hip a little more as you inhale. With your exhale, release the foot, bring the leg to the floor. Come back to Sphinx. Wiggling yourself back to center and preparing for the second side. Lift your right foot up and take your circles counterclockwise to begin about 3 times. Rotating the femur bone in the hip socket. Noticing the sensations created by this slow movement. As you're ready, bring the leg to center, keep the foot in the air, and turn the left forearm to come in line with the front edge of your mat. Take the right hand back, holding the foot. Finding the clasp that feels best. Lift up through the chest. Draw the foot toward you. Breathe in. Exhale and soften through the front of your hip flexors. Take one more breath. Slowly exhale. When you're ready, let go of the foot. Come back to center. Come down to rest your head by stacking your forearms, rest the forehead on the arms, and lift your feet. And we'll tick-tock the legs side to side to give the lower back a massage, releasing the low back after our quad stretches and back bends and Sphinx. Let the feet come back down now, and slowly push up and back, setting up for tadpole. Let's take the knees as wide as the mat, feet together, and begin to send the hips back toward the heels. As you send the hips back, start to bring the head toward the floor and sensing the stretch in the inner thighs, maybe also in the lower back. Take a deep breath into the hips and the low back. Softening as you exhale, feel the spine lengthen. Allow yourself to rest here. And slowly come up just a little bit so you can slide your right arm under your left, coming into a twist within your frog, keeping the knees wide. Stretching into the outside of the right shoulder. Breathe into this pose, hips, shoulder. And slowly release. Slowly bring it over to the second side. Left arm under the right, outside of the left shoulder to the floor. Stretching into the back of the left shoulder with a deep breath into the back. And exhale to slowly come back around, returning to hands and knees, and slowly make your way into Swan. Left knee comes forward toward the top of your mat. Turn the shin so the left foot comes toward the right hip. Settle the hips down, lift up through the chest, roll the shoulders back and lift through the crown of the head. Inhale your breath. Take a little back bend here and feel the stretch in the front of your right hip and thigh. Breathe into the lower right ribs. With your exhale, come forward into sleeping swan. Elbows on the floor. You could rest your forehead on your forearms or rest on the elbows. And settle back through the left hip, feeling a stretch in the left glutes, left buttock. Breathe into the hips. Resting here, allowing the body to soften. Now slowly come up and sit over onto the left hip as you bring the back leg around to the front for square. Right foot on top of the knee, stack your shins, or optionally take the right foot to the floor if that feels more comfortable. Either way, we hinge forward at the hips and come into a forward bend. Maybe the hands on the floor, maybe the elbows on the floor. Feeling this stretch now in the other side into the right glutes. Breathing into the hips and softening through the lower back. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly come back up. Walk the hands back and send your right leg back behind you, slowly returning to hands and knees. And slowly move into swan on the second side, right knee forward. Turn the right shin, right foot toward left hip. Lift up through the chest, finding your back bend in swan. Feel the length through the front of the left hip and thigh. Allow the left side of the ribs to lift. Allow the crown of your head to lift and inhale your breath. And exhale, come forward to slowly make your way into sleeping swan, arranging arms and head in a comfortable way so that you can feel the stretch in the right buttock. Breathing into the glutes, the outer right hip. Resting into the gentle pull of gravity. And we're going to slowly come up now and slowly sit over onto the right hip. Bring the back leg around to the front. Take left ankle on top of the right knee. Stack your shins. Left foot on top of the right knee or on the floor. Come forward till you feel the stretch in the left glutes. And breathe into the outer hip. Letting each exhale be an invitation to soften a little more. With your next in-breath, slowly start to come up and find a seated position with both legs out in front. Let's come into caterpillar, lengthening the backs of the legs on the floor as you come forward over the legs. Your hands might rest on your shins or ankles. They might hold your feet. You might take your first two fingers around your big toe. Let's lift up halfway, inhaling to lengthen the spine, and exhale to fold into the pose, relaxing the shoulders, the head, and the spine. Resting here. Breathe into your sacrum, your spine, and the backs of your legs. Surrendering into gravity. Slowly release caterpillar and make your way up and all the way down onto your back. And as you rest on your back, draw the knees in toward your chest. Clasp the hands as you wrap your arms around your knees. Breathe a deep breath in. With your exhale, lift head up toward knees, forehead toward knees. Wrapping yourself up into a tight ball, squeezing, and now let's take it into happy baby pose. Reach the hands down, hold the feet, lift the feet up to the sky, rest your head back to the floor. Gently draw down on the feet to bring the knees toward the ground on either side of your ribs. And inviting yourself to explore movement here. Maybe rocking side to side feels good, maybe extending into one leg through the heel, and then the other leg straightening and bending. Take another few moments here as you breathe. And slowly make your way to a resting position in Supta Baddha Konasana with the feet together, knees wide. Rest one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And settling in for a final integration and rest here. Softening into stillness after all the moving and exploring and stretching that your body has done. Taking this time to tune in to your inner landscape. Welcoming whatever is here. Body, mind, feelings, and breath. And take a breath in now to fill the belly and the heart. As you exhale, take the legs together. Extend your legs long on the mat. Interlace your fingers and press your palms over the head. Stretch up and away with a big yawn. And let it go as you slowly bend your knees and roll over onto one side. Coming slowly up to sit. Crossing at the ankles or whatever sitting position is comfortable. Bring the hands to the knees and take a moment to find center, integrating the space that's been created during this practice. Take a few deep breaths as you sit with dignity, grace, and ease. As you're ready now, allow the eyes to open Bring the palms together in front of the heart. And inhale as you circle the arms around and up over the head. Lift your gaze toward your thumbs and pull the hands down in front of the heart. And that closes our practice today. Be sure to make a slow transition as you move into the rest of your day. Thank you for practicing with Devi Daily Yoga. See you again soon the next time we find the mat together.